Peace. This is a meat and potato social production starring myself, the Water Alchemist, and today I want to talk about magic and unresolved traumas. The longer that you go practicing magic and you're dealing with various spirits, one thing they're going to do, but this is particularly with trickster spirits, because trickster spirits will give you things, but they also want you to learn the ability to discern. So their thing is everything comes somewhat with a lesson involved. So that's whether you deal with Elegba or Kentu from South Africa, Coyote, and Loki, just for an example. So they want you to get a lesson out of something. And the one thing that I notice is that how many of us have unresolved traumas that spirits are like, see, you thought you were over it. And they want you to do your shadow work, which is forever. There's no thing that's, it's not a quick fix, it's not a panacea that you're going to do this for a couple weeks or a couple months and then that's just going to be the end of it. That's untrue. Lilith is great with shadow work, but a lesser known demoness, who is my matron demoness, Unseer, can help you with your shadow work and she will help you mature. And that's very important, is maturity. And the longer that you go with this, one thing that the reason that traumas often go unresolved is because a lot of parents, and we forget this when we're their young child, a lot of parents were victims too. So now they passed on their traumas to you. And they'll do this either with you having fulfilled expectations as far as like, why didn't you graduate from college, or you should have went to the military, that would have made you grow up and make a man out of you. One thing about it, you have it set up where they start very early, and then by the time you get 16, 19, early 20s, they want to know what happened to you. Well, you started at a very young age, so they're traumatized. And one thing about parents, and I'm sure that many people who may view this video, this may hopefully resonate with them. Your parents or your grandparents, they want you to explain to them in detail why you do not want to be a slave. They want to understand this, because their thing is, well, you don't want to do this, you don't want to do that. And one thing about parents, they have this thing where they think the church is going to solve everything. The church is not going to solve anything, because that's not what it's there for. The church is an institution, and it's inconsequential whether it's the Baptist church, whether it's the Vatican, etc. They're an institution. That's it. So they're not there to liberate you spiritually, because if anyone liberates you spiritually, they no longer have power over you. So that's not what they're there for. And the whole key of getting past your trauma, don't run away from it, run towards it. That's the only way you're going to get over it. Don't run away from it, because if you run, it'll follow you. I left home at a young age, so I know. And a lot of people, you'd be surprised, who leave their parents home 16, 17, 18, because they're trying to get away from that situation without dealing with the trauma. So it follows them. So there's various angels and demons that you can work with and you should work with. And you should work with trickster spirits as well, but just be careful how you work with them. You can work with the jesters. You can work with them. So it's okay to have a trauma. it's okay. Because the reality is, we seldom get over anything. We just have to learn to get through it. And that is a truth that very few people will speak about. So when you're practicing your magic, don't run away from your trauma, run towards it. And then that will plant the seed to resolve some traumas that'll make your magic more effective. So, with that, that is your meat and potato sorcery for the day. I'm the Water Alchemist. Be water, my friends. Peace.